Well, how you doing, everyone? I'm back in the UP at my off-grid cabin. I'm up here to do some work. I'm going to be cutting some of these smaller trees that's grown in, opening this area up. Last time I was up here, I cleared out the driveway some, cleared up this stuff around here. Man, it don't take long for those ferns to grow in, things to grow back up. You can't even see in the woods. The only thing I can see is mosquitoes. Yep, but we're going to take care of that. I've got my permethrin and tall star. Yeah, once those mosquitoes are knocked down, the rest of this should be fairly simple. Had a pretty good thunderstorm this morning, but cleared up. I've got a truck of sand on the way, so I'll get started with some of this other stuff. We'll deal with the sand when it gets here. Just put my well pump back on, primed it with a bottle of water, and we have ourselves some water. It's a tiny bit cloudy, but it generally is for your first 1 or 2 buckets. Then it clears right up. But I'll have water for drinking, I'll have water for shower, and water for mixing bug spray. I've got 2 gallons of water in the tank, and it says 1 ounce per gallon, so I've got 2 ounces of the tall star. We'll put that in. The directions for that permethrin SFR say 1 2/3 ounces per gallon. That comes out to 3.333. So I measured that out. I actually made a mark on this water bottle. I know what it looks like, but it is permethrin. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to it. One of the things you don't want to do, don't want to put too much of these chemicals in there. Some people think, well, geez, if it is 1 per gallon, let's add 2 per gallon, kill more bugs. That's not how it works. I got a friend of mine that owns a pest control business, and he explained to me why these 2 products, you should mix them when you do it. One of them, the permethrin, will kill mosquitoes, ticks, all those little flying critters pretty much instantly. It'll kill them pretty quickly. And the other stuff, the tall star, it's the longer lasting stuff. Permethrin, when it's a warm day, will burn off in a few days, 4, 5, 6 days. If you're gonna have a big party tomorrow, you can go out and blow this area down with permethrin today. It'll be clear today and tomorrow. But the tall star will keep it residual. It works for a long period of time. It's not uncommon for this to last, a month, 6 weeks. When you mix the 2 together, you get the immediate kill on the bugs, and then you get the long-lasting effect also. My intentions this week are to clear more of these small trees out of the way, open them up some so we can see some of the bigger trees, get rid of some of the thin underbrush. Well, there's my first load of sand. I'm going to take this sand and push it in to this area right over around this pine tree and over in this area right here. Widen that out a little bit. I keep taking down the trees and I make more room to put some sand. The reason I'm using sand in here is that's pretty much what everything in this part of the UP is sand. If you dig down just a foot, get below the roots, get below this little bit of topsoil, it's sand for I don't know how many feet, but that well I have sitting over there by the cabin is a sand point well. Those are hand-driven wells, 22, 23 feet deep. Yeah, you use this sand for backfill. It works pretty good. That's what I'm putting in here. Getting a little exercise this evening. Kind of spreading the sand out. Had a low spot there. I don't know if you can notice the lack of mosquitoes, but I went through here with that fogger and I did the yard area, around over through the trees, all the way around the perimeter, around the cabin, up and down the driveway out to the road in this area. And I think I've counted 2 horseflies in the last 2 hours, but I don't see a mosquito or anything else. I'm not getting ate up. Well, I set one of these mouse traps, the one with the trap door, at the edge of my cabin last night. And look at that. It's already caught its first mouse. Got the weed eater out. Kind of getting down this tall grass. Next time I come up, I'll bring a lawnmower, be a little bit faster. But I've got a lot more to go here. Got a little burn pile there from last time I was up. I got to get all the weeds down around it. We'll get a fire under it, burn it up. Well, good morning. It's in the low 50s, so I put my jacket on this morning. But you notice anything? Still no mosquitoes. I'm loving it. This is my 3rd day up here. I've been using a chainsaw and clearing this area, trying to get it back 50, 60 feet away from the cabin, the underbrush, everything that's grown up over the past few years of neglect. Once I get it back there, it'll be more opened up, give me a little bit more space out here. It'll be easier to see back in the woods. Right now, you really can't see too far back. If I get a lot of this underbrush, these small trees cut down and then kind of thin out, you'll be able to see back in there 20, 30, 40 yards. It'll help keep the bugs away, the ticks. I haven't seen any ticks yet, but I did see a whole bunch of mosquitoes the first day, but we dealt with that and they're gone. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to clearing today after I have a couple of cups of coffee, a little bit of breakfast. I'll get back with you later. I'm cutting some of the trees down in the driveway, make it a little bit wider. Gonna haul them over to the burn pile. I have a little project that's gonna require some dried out poles. So some of these birch poles I'm saving. I wanna make some railings out of them. What's in here? Well, look at that. This trapdoor of doom has caught me 2 more mice. That's 1 the night before last and 2 today. Gotta love it. One thing for sure is I forgot what humidity was. I was up here working yesterday. It was like 83 degrees and I think it was 71% humidity. And today it got up to 73 with 61, 62% humidity. Man, you got to pace yourself. And I think I've drank probably 3 gallons of water or more in the last 2 days. Got to drink that stuff. I find that shade is my friend. I'll work a little while. Then I'll just sit back and relax. Then I'll work a little while longer, sit back and relax some more. Making the day. Gets towards the end of the day like this and I'm done. I know there's lots of sunshine left, maybe for a 30-year-old, but for me, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna enjoy myself while I'm up here too. This is my driveway. One of the things I did today, all this stuff in here was loaded with trees like those back there. So I cut all these out of here, cut them up. Anything that was big enough to keep, I put over in a pile, and anything that was smaller than that, I burned. But now, yeah, you can get in and around here without tearing your vehicle up, without getting what we call Arizona pinstriping. Well, you want to work up a sweat? Try cutting down a few trees when it's about 71% humidity and 68 degrees. But you can see, I'm starting to open up this area. I've got a pretty good sized dent started in these trees around the cabin. Now that I got them cut down, I think I'll cut them up. Kind of get an idea how much more I got to do. I've got more of this coming out, but I'm going to get some of this out of here first so it's a little more safe, so I'm not tripping over everything. No accidents yet, and I don't plan on any. Well, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I decided this little break time would be lunchtime. More water. And we have the lunch of champions. Oh yeah. Hormel tamales in a can. Good stuff. I came up here to work, not cook. My wife thought I was crazy, but everything I brought up here to eat was in a can. Saves me lots of time. Hopefully get done what I'm trying to get done. I've ate better, but hey, it'll work. I have another pile ready to light on fire. Contrary to popular opinion, green stuff burns pretty good as long as you get a pretty good bunch of dead and dry stuff under it to get it touched off. Once it gets going, I'm going to add this pile to it. And this evening, I'll go ahead and light that and let it burn. Then tomorrow, I'll start cutting in this area here and taking it back a little ways. Just keep opening this area up. I have a few more truckloads of sand coming in. This area over in here is low, so I'll put a few truckloads in there and then a couple more out front. Let's check out the trapdoor of doom. Hey, check that out. We got another mouse. Good deal. I woke up this morning to some rain. We got a nice breeze out. You can see it in the trees, you can hear it. But I've got this pretty well opened up. I mean, it's a lot better than it was before. I still got a couple of trees down there I gotta saw up, and I've got more to take down, but the area is opened up a whole lot more. I found a guy that will deliver sand. He's local, for a whole lot less than my first load, and I ordered 10 loads of sand from him. You can see I've got one up here, and I've got one down at the end of my driveway past my truck. I'm spreading it out right at the beginning of the driveway. If you've watched the earlier video, I was up here about 6 weeks ago on Memorial Weekend. Chippewa County came in and fixed this ramp. They got it pushed in, but it only goes just past the quad there. And they told me a good idea would be to build this driveway just a little bit higher than the road. That way water doesn't run down the road then down my driveway. So that's what I'm doing. I've got this pile here I'm working with, and then they're bringing in another pile, and they're going to put it right here, another pile of sand. After I get the sand put in, I'm going to bring in a couple more truckloads of gravel or road base and put on top of it, it'll just pack everything in, make a good solid surface to drive in and out the driveway on. So all total, I'm having this other guy bring in 10 loads of sand. And they're going to go right back in this low area. You can see where the cabin is. This just drops down and it's kind of low. I just want to fill this whole area out here up to about the height where the cabin's sitting. So this is all level in here. And then put this somewhere else. I want the frame out of it, and I'm going to fill this side with sand. It'll be a whole lot easier getting in and out, nice level ground, not tripping in holes. On this side right over here where this is setting, I want to put a 20-foot Connex, and I'm going to eventually put a solar system in it, or on it. This will also be where I'd keep a quad or some tools, and then I can start working on this cabin and get it built. It just seems like there's a lot of stuff to do just to get to the point where we can work on the cabin, but that's okay. I knew there was some things that needed to be done when I got here. With those 10 loads of sand in here, when we come back in late September, early October, I'm going to rent a mini excavator, pull some stumps, do a little bit of leveling in some areas that are really bumpy, and then use the blade on it to smooth everything up. But it's getting better. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any questions about this project, please leave them in the comments below. I always answer them when I read them. Thanks again for watching, and check out some of my other videos. If you like what you see, please subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll be notified for future videos. And share with a friend. Thank you, and God bless.